Hello. Today's our topic is distribution system. Distribution system is a part of power system. Power system has mainly three parts: generation, transmission and distribution system. The electric energy produced at generating station is conveyed to consumer through a network of transmission and distribution system. It is often difficult to draw a line between transmission and distribution system of a large power station. It is impossible to distinguish two merely by their voltage because what was considered as a high voltage a few years ago is now considered as a low voltage. In general, distribution system is that part of power system which distribute power to the consumer for utilization. Now, what is the definition of distribution system? The part of power system which distribute electrical power for local use is known as a distribution system. In general, distribution system is the electrical system between the substation fed by transmission system and the consumer meter. It generally consists of feeder, distributor and servicemen. Here we introduce the feeder, distributor and servicemen. Firstly, the feeders. A feeder is a conductor which connects the substation for localized generating station to the area where power is to be distributed. Generally, no tapping are taken from feeder so that current remain throughout. The main consideration in design of feeder is current carrying capacity. Second one is a distributor. A distributor is a conductor from which tapping are taken from supply to the consumer. The current through a distributor is not constant because tapping are taken at various places along its length. While designing a distributor, voltage drop along its length is the main consideration. Since the stationary limit of voltage variation is plus or minus 6% rated value of voltage. And third one is a serviceman. A serviceman is generally a small cable which connects to the distributor, the consumer's terminal. Now the classification of distribution system. A distribution system may be classified as the nature of current, types of construction and scheme of connection. First we see the nature of current. According to the nature of current, distribution system may be classified as a DC distribution system and AC distribution system. Nowadays, electrical energy is generated, transmitted and distributed in form of alternating current. One important reason for the widespread use of alternating current in preference to direct current is that fact that alternating voltage can be conventionally changed in magnitude by means of transformer. Now transformer has made it possible to transmit AC power at high voltage and utilize it as safe potential. High transmission and distribution voltage have greatly reduced the current in conductor and resulting line losses. The second one is in types of construction. According to the type of construction, there are mainly two types: overhead systems and underground systems. The overhead system is generally employed for distribution as it's 5 to 10 times cheaper than the equivalent underground system. In general, the underground system is used a place where overhead construction is impracticable or prohibited by the local laws. And third one is a scheme of connection. According to the scheme of connection, the distribution system may be classified as a radial system, ringman system and interconnected system. In this lecture, we briefly discuss about the radial, ringman and interconnected system. Now, based on scheme of connection, first we see the radial system. In this system, separate feeders radiate from a single substation and feed the distributor at one end only. In figure, we saw a single line diagram of radial system for a DC distribution where a feeder OC supply a distributor AB at point A. Obviously, the distributor is fed at one end only. Point A is in this case. So, the single line diagram of radial system of AC distribution is shown in the figure. The radial system is employed only when power is generated at low voltage and substation is located at the center of load. Some of the drawbacks and the advantages of this system we have discussed now. The advantages of radial system: its simple distribution systems and lowest initial cost. And the disadvantages like the end of the distributor nearest to the feeding point will be heavily loaded, and the consumer are dependent on single feeder and single distributor. Second one is a ring main system. In this system, the primaries of distribution transformer from a loop, and the loop circuit start from substation bus bar, makes a loop through a area to be served and return to the substation. Figure shows the single line diagram of ring main system for AC distribution where substation supply to the closed feeder. The distributor are tapped from different points like M, O and Q of the feeder through the distribution transformer. The ring main system has some of the advantages. The advantages like there are less voltage fluctuation at consumer terminal. The system is very reliable as each distributor is fed via two feeders. In an event of fault of any one section of feeder, the continuously of supply is maintained. Now third one is an interconnected system. When the feeder ring is energized by two or more than two generating station or a substation, it's called an interconnected system. The figure shows the single line diagram of interconnected systems where the closed feeder ring A, B, C, D is supplied by two substations S1 and S2 at point T and C respectively. The distributors are connected to the point O, P, Q and R of the feeder ring through the distribution transformer. Interconnected system has the following advantages. The advantages like it increase the service reliability. Any area fed from one generating station during peak load hours can be fed from the other generating station, and this reduces reserve power capacity and increase efficiency of the system. Now the requirement of distribution system. A considerable amount of effort is necessary to maintain an electric power supply within the requirement of various type of consumer. Some of the requirement of a good distribution systems are proper voltage, availability of power on demand, reliability. Now, for proper voltage, one important requirement of a distribution system is that voltage variation at consumer terminal should be as low as possible. The change in voltage are generally caused due to the variation of load on the system. Low voltage cause loss of revenue, inefficient lighting and possible burning out of motor. High voltage cause lamp to burn out permanently and may cause failure of other appliances. Therefore, a good distribution system should ensure that voltage variation at consumer terminal within permissible limit. The stationary limit of voltage variation is plus or minus 6% of rated value. Now, the availability of power on demand. The power must be available to the consumer in any amount that they may require from time to time. For example, motor may be start or shut down, light may be turned or off without advance warning to electric supply company, as electric energy cannot be stored. Therefore, the distribution system must be capable of supplying load demand of the consumer, and this necessity that operating staff must continuously study load pattern to predict in advance those major load change that follow the known schedule. And third one is in reliability. Modern industry is almost depend on electrical power for its operation. Homes and office buildings are lighted, heated, cooled and ventilated by electrical power, and this calls for reliable service. Unfortunately, electrical power, like everything else that is man-made, can never be absolutely reliable. However, the reliable can be improved to considerable extent by interconnected system, reliable automatic control system, providing an additional reserve facility. So here is the basic about the distribution system. Thank you.